I promise I actually will have something positive to say about the movie Joyful Noise. In fact, if you're patient through my ranting and raving about this movie, I will end with it. I will end with the one thing I actually liked about this movie. We'll go out on a positive note. But first, let's get through the negatives, and there are a lot of them. Joyful Noise is a movie about a church choir who is competing in a church choir competition, kind of Christian Glee, if you will. And it feels very much like a Christian version of that, except it's completely undermined by how fake it is. Everything, that is probably the main thing with this movie that I walked away thinking, this is where you failed, is it's false. Nothing about the movie feels real. The characters don't feel real, and like they could be real people, and even if they were real people, the decisions they're making and the things they're saying don't feel real. The script, the writing feels very forced and fake and doesn't feel like it would be words that would come out of real people's mouths, and the decisions they make in the plot just feel like, well, we had to do that so that we could get from point A to point B. It doesn't feel generated by any kind of internal conflict or motion. It just feels disingenuous. Everything about it. And even the messages, even the idea of there's a pro-family, pro-marriage message in this movie that I really appreciate, but it's undermined completely by the fact that you don't believe in these characters and what they're saying. Anytime the movie tries to get emotional, it feels schlocky and forced and preachy. The score has a lot to do with it. I told you there were a lot of negatives. The score to this movie is abrasive and interruptive. That may not be a word, but I used it anyway. But it gets in the way of the emotion instead of playing background to the emotion. It swells, and you can just feel the score going, feel this way. Feel this way. I want you to feel sad and sorry. And it's like, no, because all I'm thinking about is how cheesy this music is. Take a breath, breathe in, breathe out. Did not like this movie at all, and I don't think you will either. It is a movie that you kind of have to just bear your way through it rather than enjoy it. Are there any moments of levity, of something you might laugh at? They're attempted. There's humor attempted in this movie. I honestly don't remember it succeeding. At any point in this movie, I don't remember thinking, oh, that's actually kind of funny. I remember thinking, well, I see what you were trying to do there. And that's how I come away from this movie overall. I see what you were trying to do there, but you failed. I promised you I'd end on the one good thing about this movie, and it's the music. There are actually 2 or 3 songs in this. When I say music, I don't mean score. I already told you how awful that was. I mean the musical songs, the choir numbers, the production numbers. They do a version of Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror that is actually really powerful, and I really enjoyed. And there were a couple other songs as well that I thought, now see, that's kind of fun, but you know, buy the soundtrack or watch the music video on YouTube or something. You don't need to sit through this movie just to see those musical numbers. But I told you I ended on positive, so let's end there. The music is good.